Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So in my last vlog, so many people were asking me about the makeup that I had on. It was like really dewy, glowy, natural, kind of like a no makeup look. But as you probably can see, I've been breaking out a decent amount ever since quarantine started. So I have one pimple that's flat now, but it's still in the healing process. And then just a bunch of like spots and scars from previous acne that I had. So even though I like the look of really light, natural, like bare makeup, I need some coverage. So I'm going to show you how I get the full coverage where I need it, but then you can still see my skin peeking through everywhere else and it still just looks really light and natural. I'm going to start with moisturizing my face. I just got out of the shower and washed my face, so my skin is feeling very dry. So I am using the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer in the shade Nude Glow. This was a free sample that I got from Sephora, and I like it. I don't know that I would purchase the full size of it because I know Glam Glow stuff is kind of expensive, and I'm sure there is a drugstore equivalent. I think L'Oreal has like a luminous primer kind of thing that's supposed to be really similar to this. But, you know, I got the free sample, so I've been using it, and I really like it, and you can see it just adds a really nice glow to your face. So this is really nice even on the days where you don't want to wear any makeup at all, just to put this on as a moisturizer to add a nice glow to your face. Then I'm going to conceal these spots that I want to cover up, and I'm going to use a foundation stick to do that. I like the consistency of a stick foundation because it's thick and creamy, so I feel like it gives you the maximum coverage without having to worry about like color correcting or anything like that. So this is the ColourPop No Filter foundation stick. The one I have is in the shade Medium 81N. So literally just tapping that on the spots that need the coverage. And then I'm gonna just lightly tap that out a little bit with my finger, just to like blend out the edges, but don't blend it too much. Like you still wanna keep that full 100% coverage. Now moving on to foundation, I'm going to be applying the NARS Sheer Glow. I have mine in the shade Valencia. This is my summer shade, and it's definitely a little bit too dark for me right now, but I'm not going anywhere, so. And I like to just apply it to my fingertip and then just dot it on and get it like evenly distributed all over my face first. And of course down onto my neck. You never want to forget your neck. And then I'm going to blend that out with the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. It's so old that the name is almost completely faded. So I'm going to blend this out, but I'm not going to like rub or swipe the foundation. I'm like pouncing my brush up and down so that I'm blending it without like moving the product around too much. Even if you don't have the exact same products that I have, that's fine. You can use whatever kind of dewy finish foundation you have. It's really just like the combination of types of products and the technique and application that's gonna give you the result that you're looking for. And I make sure that especially the areas that I concealed, I'm tapping like really lightly. So once all of my foundation is applied, I'm going to take some setting spray. This is the Morphe, yeah. This is the Morphe by Jeffree Star setting spray. Shake that up. Just a light mist, and then I'm gonna take a damp beauty sponge, and I'm just gonna very, very lightly tap over the foundation. I'm gonna avoid the places that I concealed when I'm doing this step. This is gonna really press the foundation into my skin, pick up any excess that I may have applied. Moving on, I'm going to use the ColourPop Blush Sticks in the shade 25/8. And I'm just gonna apply this to the apples of my cheeks. I like to just smile so I can see the little circles, and I apply it there, and then I like to bring it up and back just a little bit so it like makes my face look a little bit more lifted. And then I'm gonna lightly blend that out with the damp sponge as well. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics concealer in the shade C9. I'm going to apply this. My cats are chasing each other upstairs. Don't know if you could hear that. So I'm applying that under my eyes, on the sides of my nose, down the center of my nose, on my forehead, above my cupid's bow, and then a little bit on the center of my chin. And I'm gonna blend that out with my damp sponge as well. So how are you guys doing? How's everyone holding up with everything that's going on? I am like so back and forth. In the beginning, I was like, this is so terrible. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to survive not going to work and having to stay home and not being able to live a normal life. I got to a point where I kind of accepted it and I was like, okay, this is the new normal now. It was like a little forced vacation, you know? Especially with my job, if you're new here, I'm a hairstylist. I work in a hair salon. So, you know, constantly dealing with the public. I love my clients so much, but I'm very introverted. So having to always like be on in a sense and talk to people, it takes a lot out of me. So I do need those little breaks every so often to self-isolate and just be alone. So now I'm going to set my under eyes because my under eyes get a little creasy if I don't set them with powder. This is the ColourPop No Filter Loose Setting Powder in the shade Soft Pink. So it's a brightening powder. So I like to press that in with the damp sponge, and then I don't like to leave it sitting for too long because otherwise I find that my under eyes can look a little dry and crepey. And then I take a big powder brush and just dust it away. And then whatever is left on the brush, I'll just lightly tap over down in this area where I had a lot of stuff to cover up, just to set it a little bit. I still want my whole face to look really luminous and dewy, but I want to set this a tiny bit just so that makeup doesn't like move around on me. I want to, you know, keep everything covered up. Now I'm going to fill in my brows really quickly with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer in the shade Dark Brunette. What really has been bothering me lately is not knowing for sure when I'm gonna be able to go back to work and not being able to like prepare for it and not being able to ease into it. It's gonna be really hard going from every day just being inside, not being around anybody, not talking to anybody, and not having a schedule or a routine that I have to follow, like not having any obligations, to then suddenly having to go back not only to normal life and my normal schedule and routine, but even more so because I'm gonna have to be playing catch up for all of the clients who were already previously scheduled, plus any new people who wanna come in and make appointments. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to highlight with a cream highlighter. This step right here is what makes like all the difference in this makeup look. So this is the What's Up cream highlighter from Benefit. I just have a little sample size of it, and I'm going to apply this on my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, on the tip a little bit, on my cupid's bow, a little on my chin, a little above the brows, and then lightly blend that out with the sponge. Once we have that blended out, I'm gonna move on to bronzer. I'm using the NYX Matte Bronzer in the shade Deep Tan. And I'm not really using this to contour. I'm mostly just applying it all over to warm up my face. So on my cheeks, on my forehead. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit onto my neck and chest too, since I'm wearing like a V-neck shirt. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit just lightly down the sides of my nose. Then I'm going to apply the Becca Luminous Blush in the shade Tiger Lily. This is just a really pretty shimmery blush, but you don't have to use this exact one. Any shimmery blush that you have will work. And then I like to bring it a little bit onto my nose, like up right around here, because I feel like it makes your face look more sun-kissed. And then lastly for the face, I'm going to apply the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. This is beautiful and such a staple. Everybody needs this. So I'm gonna apply that right on top of where we applied the cream highlighter. And this is just gonna intensify it a little bit and also like set it in place so that it doesn't go anywhere. I love this highlighter and it's beautiful. just on its own too, but I feel like layering it on top of a cream highlight just makes it like even more intense. And just like makes your face look like wet. Then for the eyes, I just take my finger and I blend out any creases that I have on my lids. And then I'm gonna take that same bronzer that we use on our face, the NYX one. And I'm just gonna take my finger and just rub that on the lid a little bit. Super easy. And just really blend it out up into the crease. And then I'm going to take that cream highlighter stick and I'm going to put this just in the inner corner. Again, blend that out with your finger. And then I'm gonna set that with Champagne Pop again, just so that it really stands out. And I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara just to my top lashes. If you wanted to do falsies, you totally could. That's up to you. I just feel like with this whole like natural glowy kind of look, I just like the look of keeping the eyes really minimal because then it keeps all the focus on the skin. I'm gonna take that Morphe setting spray again. And then with my damp sponge one last time, I'm just gonna tap over the cheeks and just make sure that none of those powders are looking too powdery, too heavy. And then to finish the look off, I'm gonna just wipe the foundation from my lips. Lately, I've been using the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and it's really nice. I like this a lot, and it leaves like a nice, subtle tint to your lips. These days, I just can't even be bothered with like liquid lipstick. All right, so makeup's all done. I'm gonna go blow dry my hair really quick for a separate video. So that should be up before this one. So if you haven't seen that already, an easy salon blowout that you can do on yourself at home, I will link it down in the description, but let me go do that and I'll be right back. All right, hair is blow dried. Like I said, if you wanna see a tutorial on how to do this at home, what I used, how I did everything, that video is already up. The link to it will be in the description. That is the finished makeup look. So you can see it is so glowy, so luminous, and it looks really light and natural. Like I don't look like I have a lot of makeup on, but I still have full coverage in the places where I need it. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it and you would like to see more videos like this one in the future, please give the video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye.